Okay, and we're live. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I am going, give me a moment to go over to Facebook and share this. Would you like to introduce yourself? This is Dottie the Psychic, everybody.
Hi, I'm Dottie the Psychic. I can hear an echo in there. Repeat me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I actually got my first tarot deck when I was like 13. It was like one of those made for movie moments where my friends was like, she has the gift, and gave me like a whole bunch of tarot decks, and that's how I got started. And it's kind of been downhill since. So what do we want to do? You said
So anytime if anybody hops on here and you're interested in a reading, then comment and we will draw for you from the magic bowl and get your reading.
Okay, well, until then, we can sit here and talk shop.
Absolutely. Tell a little bit about you until we get.
I am a YouTube psychic influencer, or at
There
least
you
I will
go.
be. I'm almost up to 200 views. I got 190 subscribers. So I'm working on it, and I know YouTube's trying so hard to suggest me, but for some reason, I don't know why the algorithm thinks I'm from like Russia. Like that one still gets me. Like I got introduced to a whole bunch of people from Russia. So apparently, I'm proof that light travels faster than sound because I had so many viewers until I opened my mouth.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Oh my god, I've got so much stuff going on. I have on my sewing table right now, I have a costume that is only going to be like, I'm trying to do this Tessiomancy video, tea leaf reading. But it's not just tea leaf reading, it's also coffee and apparently some sort of Roman wine that's extinct. Not extinct, but you'd actually have to find a winemaker who would be willing to replicate a Roman recipe to get a kind of wine that you could do Tessiomancy with. But that's where, for the English speaking, Latin language speaking countries, that's where Tessiomancy started. So I've got this whole thing planned out. That's supposed to be in March. I was supposed to have my Death Part 2 video coming out. I was supposed to come out tomorrow. It is not.
Yes.
Shame.
Hey, things happen.
Yeah, I mean,
timing has to be right.
I guess. Well, I've had a lot of life things going on. I guess I'm going back to college. So I've been working on it. Yeah, I'm hopefully gonna go back to Marshall and work on learning more cinematography things, filming, photography, script writing would be nice. I don't know what all, because at this point I'm going for a Regency degree, which means basically I've got enough credits to have a bachelor's, but they're all over the place. My transcript is a train wreck. So we're just gonna cap that off and call it a degree. So I know I'm gonna have to take a few classes because my last semester I had literally during that semester gotten divorced. So like I had 2 weeks to go and I just noped the fuck out. I just quit. I had 2 weeks, didn't even stay for the final, didn't turn in the projects I already had done. I'm like, and I'm out.
Yes, I understand that.
Grand left entrance.
I would have had my degree, but I had 6 months left to go and I left for a guy and moved out of state. My mistake was ever leaving West Virginia.
Have you seen this? I know you've seen this meme around. Every psychic has seen this meme at least once. My sister sent it to me. And it's this tarot spread. And you look and it spells out, dump his ass.
Yes.
It took me a second. I don't remember if I was like sleepy or what, but it took me a second because actually I was looking at the cards. I'm like, oh, well, that's an interesting. Oh,
right.
It took me a second to take a bigger picture kind of deal.
Well, hello, David. Hello, Joanna. And hello, Brenda. I guess Heidi was here and then had to go. But welcome, everybody. It's good to see you. So if anybody wants a reading, we can get started anytime. Take a chance. Give Dottie something to do.
Give her a whirl.
That's right. Try her out. Trial run.
I can be a crying bitch, so let's have it.
So you're on YouTube and you do TikTok. What else?
Okay, so the TikTok thing, I am going to pick it back up, but I have to. I've taken a step back, and this weekend I'm going to kind of plan out what my actual plan is. My therapist says it's a good idea to plan things out, so that's what I'm going to do. I actually have a formal business license now. The big thing I do is I post on Facebook and Instagram, occasionally sending out a picture. I am trying to get into TikTok. I really haven't. I think it's going to be more of a behind the scenes kind of thing. Like I'll give some sort of life report because apparently I'm interesting. At least I think I am.
Yes. I enjoy them. So I'm just saying.
It's like they're pretty cool. Yeah. Life support. Yeah, that's what it is. The TikTok is going to be like behind the scenes life stuff. Like where I'm working right now, I'm working on costuming, which is brand new to me. I actually got a book. It's a 4-H project book, so I could learn how to sew, and I've ignored it. And went ahead and did what I was going to anyway. So I'm learning a bunch of new techniques basically through trial and error. And I've cut some very pretty fancy cloth, and it's not going to be the first one I put together. I've got like 5. I literally cut 5 variations of the same pattern to get this outfit. It's going to be in the Testumancy video that I'm hoping to have out in March. On my birthday, actually. I'm going to try and have it out on my birthday. But literally this costume that I have probably spent upwards of $100 in cloth on. Wow. Maybe the video for like a minute and 30 seconds. Like, I don't know. I've spent money on this video because I've been like conceptualizing it for a long time.
I remember you talking about it.
It's been over a year. Actually, yeah, because when we did Pagan Pride, the online Pagan Pride.
That's right.
I teased the hell out of it because I was planning to have it out that month. And then it just like, I went to write the script and it exploded on me. I'm like, I'm not ready. It's not prepared.
Not the right time.
Not yet. It's got to be a spring video because of the March hair.
There you go. Yeah. That would be a good theme to go with.
Well, it's always been like an Alice in Wonderland theme.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got the top hat, I've got some fancy coats. I can pull together the Mad Hatter. I got a little stuffed bunny for my March hair, and apparently it's going to be a snarky bitch. Because if you go back and if you ever go back and actually read Alice in Wonderland, like, well, even in the Disney version, the rabbit's like, "How dare you? Mm-hmm. How dare you be present?"
Yes.
Mad Hatter, and the Mad Hatter's just like, the person in the party that's just trying to keep the peace. But
yeah. Okay, so we have a couple people ready for a reading. First one is Joanna.
I can't see anything in the chat.
You can't?
No, I see nothing. Oh, boom, and then there it was. Thank you for the compliment. I think I'm pretty creative too. Okay, who am I reading for, my love?
Joanna. And it's Tarot 1 card.
Tarot 1 card. Okay, here we go. Here's something I always do that it's funny because I have literally read at the bar, like honky, like did straight up Roadhouse. This is the one part of the ritual I always do. I have to kind of tap in. So I'm going to be quiet for just a second. So, okay. Okay, 1 card. That one looks good. Ace of Swords. Oh, wait a minute. You get 2. You got a bonus. It just came out that way. So the Ace of Swords. When I see the Ace of Swords, I'm thinking like very masculine personal power. Like, it's not. This is kind of like doing your own oil change kind of magic. You know, I also see it alongside the Father of Stones. So this is something that kind of comes, even though it comes down the masculine line, it's sort of a masculine activity. You pull power from it. So be the man you want in your life.
I like that. That's nice.
And you know what? That's one of those lessons I've learned as my relationship with my ex was breaking down, and I realized that I had to stand up for myself. That's kind of the lesson I learned. I had to learn to function without this damsel in distress mindset. And I don't know, that's very dismissive, but there's a certain of expectation that the man does certain jobs, and that's just not how it works sometimes.
Right. Absolutely. No, she says she's not very feminine.
You know what? That's fine. I you know what? I tried this whole gender fluid thing. I really did. I gave it a whirl. Like, I couldn't do the breast binding. Like, I don't have any problem. I helped the guy fix a roof. I get under my car, but don't ask me to tie my tits down because it just doesn't work for me.
Okay, so Elizabeth is up next.
You know, girl, I feel you. Like, learning to live alone is one of the best things you can do for yourself, and also one of the hardest. Learning to keep your own company, as my father might put it.
Okay, so she got the Earth Magic Oracle. That's one of the oracles that I have. Do you have any oracle cards?
Yeah, I got the deck I drew.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's oracle. Okay.
That's oracle. I also got a zodiac oracle.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it makes a sentence. Let me open my box. Okay, who am I reading for?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. My box is stuck.
I'm gonna draw her an Earth Magic card, and you can draw her one. We'll do the different views because that was one really cool thing that we talked about is the diversity, people reading things differently.
Right.
So I think it's really cool. So I got the this is, let me get this, the iceberg card. So it's submerged. So you're feeling a little blocked down, a little overwhelmed. So I think it's time to break through that ice. So so what do you got for her?
Okay. These you have to do a 3-card pull because they make a sentence.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
This is actually one of the decks I got when I was 13. I've got 2 that has survived. This planetary deck, zodiac deck, and my what I call my teacher deck is a pretty standard tarot deck, but it's beautiful. Okay, let's see. So, as you did in the past, relationships. Remember as you, what? I can never get them in order. Let's see, the southern node in the house of, in the 4th house in Libra. Let's try that. Remember as you did in the past relationship. Remember relationship as you did. Oh, there we go. That's in order. Remember relationships as you did in the past. There we go. That's a sentence. God.
Well,
okay,
I did call you out there pretty quick on that one, so. All right, part-time caregiving for mom, that is rough.
Ooh,
that
yeah.
that is rough. Yeah, I helped with taking care of my grandparents up until their passing, and I've always done in-home care, so I know how stressful that is.
You know, that's kind of one of those unfortunate side effects of being a dedicate to a psychopomp is you end up having to be there when people are at their lowest. Then they lived out their final chapter. I was actually a long-term care nurse for 10 years, so I understand. What I can tell you is your feelings are legitimate. It's okay when you're frustrated to be frustrated. It's okay to get help.
So. Well, you are very welcome, Elizabeth.
I hope it helped.
Mm-hmm. So I actually made a TikTok advertising for this.
Yay! I haven't, but see, here's the thing. Like TikTok, if you actually want to make money on it, you got to be on it. Ace and Knight really is probably doing what you need to do with TikTok, where he's on there like every day.
Every day.
Yeah, and it's 30 seconds, and people can see it and scroll by. But I haven't been on there in a week, so they probably think my channel's dead.
I just use it. I mean, it's like a release at the end of the day, just to watch it, and get a giggle, because you need that. And of course I'm, the dancing witch. So, mine's a lot of music and shaking my, I would say booty, but I ain't got no booty. So shaking my hips then.
Oh.
Well, Elizabeth, I'm a Virgo too. I'm actually a double Virgo. I am a Virgo sun and Virgo rising, and I'm a Leo moon. That's why I like, I don't like being in the spotlight. It's not like that. It's just, the Leo represents my moon. So of course my emotions are just out there for everybody to see.
I'm a Pisces. I'm a fishy bitch.
Well, they call us sisters. Virgo and Pisces, because we're exact opposites of each other.
Yeah, on the scale. And it's funny, my mom was a Virgo, and I guess in relationships that apparently like it's like one of the key because they're both mutable.
Mm-hmm.
They get along, but it's like putting two submissives in a relationship. It just doesn't work that way. So there's a little king talk for you. Sorry about that. It happens.
Oh, no. No, and well, my mom's birthday is on the 12th. So, I mean, we get along primarily for some things, but, once I've had my limit, I'm just like, okay, I need a break.
Now walk away. Yeah. Sometimes you got to walk away. I tell you what, I have the moon in Gemini. I will never intentionally lie with another Gemini ever in my life, because that does not work for me. Every time I'm like, oh, this is great. And then they I can't even describe. My sister's a Gemini, but her duality is nothing like what I've run into relationship-wise. I'm like, I don't know if girl Geminis are just different than boy Geminis.
Yeah.
Or what? But I have run into some classically Gemini. I'm like, what happened?
I don't think we should ever date our own signs. I made the mistake. My first husband was also a Virgo. It was horrible. It was horrible. Okay, so anybody else? David, how you doing?
David Jarvis, you look familiar. Is he the guy who does the tarot thing?
Yes, Smoky Mountain. Yeah.
Smoky Mountain Tarot.
Yeah. Yes. See, she agrees. The men are different than the girls.
Men can't handle being Geminis. They just don't work out so good. I swear to God. So the first guy the guy I gave my V card to was a Gemini.
Okay.
And he was super sweet and seemed super innocent, but then he turned out to be a fucking thief. He took me for real money. Like,
Oh my
we're not
gosh.
here to wreck my parents' car.
Oh no, 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 no. Well, okay, so my best friend is a Taurus Gemini cusp. Her brother is a Gemini, and he used to steal his grandma's cars. So yeah, I get that.
One side is super sweet, would give you the shirt off of your back, and the other one's gonna take the shirt off of your back.
Oh,
Oops.
David's a Gemini.
See, this is what you get for talking smack about zodiac signs. You know what, though? There's something to be said for self-awareness. If you know what sign you are and you know what issues come with it, you can handle your shit.
That's
I know
right.
I'm a Pisces. I am batshit nonsense, all rolled up in a ball. I am very colorful and bizarre. I know this about myself. That's why I put it on display.
I own my Virgo-ness. There's only one aspect of it that I will actually admit that I do not fall into, and that's the cleaning aspect. I hate to clean.
But you see, it's not necessarily
I like order. I like order and
order.
organization.
It's order and duty. Like, that is the key word for Virgo, is they're the bitches who will be, you know, if you're trying to throw a party, the Virgo is going to be the one who shows up half an hour early to help you decorate.
And I'm the one planning them. Yeah.
Crow under the rock. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I know. I love crows. That was my daddy's bird. I love me some crows. Oh my god! So this is a story about crows. Since we're bringing up crows, because I love crows. The day I left my ex and came down here, when I got to town, there were 100+ crows in the trees. More crows than I had ever seen in one place. And they were just cawing away. Like, they were making such a ruckus, it was hard to hear. Like, and they were all in the trees, all around the place I ended up living. And I was like, I have arrived. Like, I didn't know we were going into I didn't realize I was the kid from The Omen, but here we go, you know? Big magic, man. Big magic. That was bizarre.
Okay.
I'm a fan of myself. I'm actually warm. This wig, I tell you, they itch. I didn't get my wig cap on. It's either the wig cap that's too tight or the wig that itches. You get your choice. I actually styled these myself. I'm kind of proud. Ugh, there we go.
Okay, so we can always do double readings or anything. How about since today is such a special day, did you see the thing that I posted about the next 10 days is a palindrome?
No.
Yes.
What is a palindrome?
Okay, so hold on.
Oh, I know what a palindrome is. Like, the numbers are the same backwards as they are
And
forward.
frontwards, yes.
Oh.
So let's talk about that. What should we do? You want to do a reading for that? What should we be focusing on during the palindrome?
Okay. You know what? I'll break out my personal deck.
There you
I
go.
love them. I hand drew them. Like, you cannot see a single bit of art. Camera, where are you? There you are. Everything's backwards. You think by now I would have figured that out? I've done a few live streams now. I've even done some on my own.
Yeah.
But where's the camera?
I do it too.
This is my right hand moving this way, but it's going the opposite direction in the camera.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like, I really want to, like this is one of those projects I can't even start for a couple of years. Like once I get my degree, once I finally finish my Marshall degree, I'm going to start this project over again. And that might be a whole TikTok series right there. Just take like, 3 or 4 hours once a week and just draw the next card and think about, and, consider the meanings and things that you want to incorporate in a deck. If you all are interested in that, let me know. You come check me out on my YouTube.
Yes. I love that idea. I think as long as we're staying creative, then we'll just keep moving forward.
Okay, so I got one that popped out upright and 2 that popped up upside down. So whenever they fly out of the deck, I usually consider that. So this first one is the shooting star. I'm going to try, and there we go. Now you can see it.
Yeah.
This is a shooting star. When I see this card, I think aim for the moon. The signs are in your favor. You've got all the energy and direction, and not only when you are the shooting star, because when you're a shooting star, you're not just thriving for yourself. By chasing your dream, you're leading the way for other people to chase their dream as well. So, the rising tide raises all ships kind of deal. So that's what that is. This one's a cool one. I never really understood the meaning of this one, even though I drew it. But when I think of it, it kind of looks like confusion to me. Kind of seeing through the confusion.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
So I don't know. I saw the triangles are manifestation. I mean,
Hold
this
on.
trillion.
Hold on. One.
Okay. I don't know if you all can hear me or not. Can you hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you. I just took myself out
Oh,
so
okay.
they could see the.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's see. There's the card. That is the trillion, and I've got green paint on it from where I tried to paint the back of the cards. But this whole suit, if you look, I got the little suit symbol up here. This whole suit was supposed to be symbols that I've gathered from all over the places. Like one of them was the yin yang. There we go. That's one of them. Lord, English, it's a thing. So basically when I see this, I'm thinking like confusion. Seeing through the confusion, starting to work your way through it.
That was awesome. You could definitely see it once I backed out of this.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I did these, I gotta tell you, anybody who's interested in their own art project, this is one of those things, you pick it up, you put it down, it's cheap. It's like a pack, like seriously, it's a pack of blank index cards, an index card holder box thing. That's what it is. Like I got it at the dollar store. Pins. I got 2 kinds of pins. Like I got the thinner pins, like a Bic, plain Bic, and then like some gel pins so I can get some dimension in the ink. But that's just a personal thing. And I got a box of crayons and just went to town. Oh, and one more card. We got one more card. It is the clouds. You can see that. This is supposed to be a face, okay? It's supposed to be a face. Y'all, it's been a minute. It does not look like a face to me anymore. But it's, looking into the clouds, seeing things that, it's a very whimsical card. So, there you go. So, it's a lot more whimsy. I honestly God just now realized that looks like a penis. Like for the very first time. And I'm usually that girl. But I just now realized that looks like a penis.
Well, I didn't see that, so. And I'm usually that girl.
Wait a minute, head of the clouds, is that a euphemism?
I don't know now.
Oh God. This is one of those moments. 3 hours from now, I'm going to have a great one-liner to follow this up. But right now, I do not.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm glad they got to see your cards because those are good.
I love them. Like, I've had this deck now for, I think I've had it for like 5, literally legit. I drew this in the bar because I got sick of people, drunks, trying to touch my tarot cards. Tarot. Wow. Like, because when you're at a bar, people are drunk and they spill their drinks. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just draw these. It was meant to be something. I didn't want to get my nice cards in danger. So I just started drawing these and started telling fortunes. I think I had like 50 of them when I started reading cards for people. They're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm drawing a deck. I just started drawing because I get bored at the bar. And I'd ask the bartender for like a paper and a pen. So I had something to do because nobody wants to be the sober bitch in a bar. Nobody wants to be a sober bitch in a bar. But I got to tell you what, that is the place to get some practice for reading. If you want to pick up a new skill, if you are just in desperate need of practice, you go find a bar that's going to let you read, and you'll make money. You'll make a little scratch here and there. Go 5 or 10 under the table. And you will get all the practice you want. And those people need it because it's cheap therapy. And God knows they're too cheap to get therapy.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. So it sounds like it was fun.
Sometimes it was a lot of fun. Sometimes it was just nerve-wrackingly boring. Like, these people would have, it would be like the same, like this repeat patient people. I'm like, I think the message is to pull your shit together. Like, okay, you're drunk at a bar on a Thursday night. I think the cards are telling me, you should go get your shit together. That's what they're telling me.
Well, sometimes the message is clear and sometimes it's straight to the point.
Right. Nobody wants to hear, although I have had moments where I have totally freaked people out. A lot of moments. I had a real reputation built up there for a minute. People would come to the bar just to get their cards read. This one guy, we switched bars. And when we went into this new bar, somebody I had read for at the previous bar was there, and they're like, your reading was dead on. I'm like, would you like another? He's like, no, I never want to get read again. Like, I don't know why I don't have repeat customers. I'm jolly, I'm entertaining. I mean, I try to leave you with a more, with some direction to go. I think I'm like, but I guess I just need that one read.
I'm going to let you take that. I've heard that one can use a common deck of cards as well as place of tarot cards. Is that true?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Look, I'm telling you what, you can read. Here's the thing. Here's my message for you. Here's the takeaway. If you want to start divination, go outside and divine the clouds. Divine the earth around you. If you want to try and pick up poker cards, I have a bunch of tarot cards. Actually, the makeup video that I was going to try and do this week because I didn't get a chance to finish the video I actually wanted to put out was going to be a tarot versus Oracle, where I discuss the differences and I talk about reading poker cards because actually a lot of people associate it with the Romney. We call them, formerly called gypsies, but I think that's considered derogatory now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a 50-50. Some people claim it, some don't. So
so many businesses have it in the name. I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah, you can totally read a plain old actually, my mother-in-law, late ex-psycho mother-in-law, she read poker cards and she had like 50 decks. So if she started reading, she'd open a new pack for each person and she put it away because she had a special cleansing ritual for them. So each time she read somebody, she'd pick another deck. So when you do that, there's no way to really connect to an individual deck. And that worked for her. So, I mean, some people postcards.
That would be cool.
That would actually be really cool if you, especially if you're the one collecting them. Like if it's a postcard deck, then that's an oracle deck. But like if they're postcards that you have gathered or have been given to you, that would be easier to read than a tarot
deck. Because it means something, has that special meaning.
Yeah, you would already have internally assigned meanings to each of those. Like my only concern with that is that it would be a bit fluffy because nobody's going to take a postcard to hell. I like a good feel-good deck. Sometimes I do like a deck that's going to lie to me and tell me everything's okay. But if that's not what you're looking for, just be prepared.
Did you see me go live this week? My Golden Girls tarot deck?
No, but I've heard of it before.
Yes.
I want to get that deck. Is it fun?
Yes, it is. And especially if you know the show. Okay, so I'm learning tarot, but I read it, I guess, intuitively. Because my representations is different than everybody else's. But if you know the show, you can read the cards. Because especially the cups, because Rose is cups, and it's a wide variety of emotions. You literally see her in a chair with a pillow, down like this, and you can just feel from the picture. And let me tell you something. Dorothy's pictures, I mean, I was so excited. The video is still up, but the imagery of Dorothy was beautiful. Like she was the moon, she was death. It was beautiful.
And I can see her as a psychopomp. I can see her as a death card. Like, just give me that. Would you please hurry it up? Look.
Yeah. And of course, Rose was the fool, and Blanche was the devil. She's beautiful. She's got red on, and she's kind of turned like this, and she got cheesecake, and she's like. So it was great. It's great.
I heard about this because I think that deck came out a while ago now, but I remember hearing about it when they were gonna send it out, and I'm like it swept the whole psychic community.
Yeah. So that was my treat for the new place, kind of like my own housewarming gift. So I'm going. I don't have it on me at the moment, but I'm going to be working with them and stuff, and I hope people kind of come on whenever I'm working with them, just to kind of have some fun. We even talked about having a Golden Girls trivia night.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we could totally Zoom it, and it would just that
There's
it would be
every person I'm there, but I have no memory for trivia. I don't know why. Like I have a head full of random facts, but I am no good at trivia because I'm not great at recall. So Heidi, that is really cool that you've had that connection to nature, and that's really where it starts. That is where it starts. When you have that connection to something, then it becomes, in a way, your tool. And especially if it's something as big as nature, then you also become a part of it, which is, the divine experience. At least for me.
Yes.
I always like that. So when I think of divination, when you're divining, the message is for you. And I like to remember, because in Western occultism, there's a meditation where you pick an arbitrary spot on the wall and you stare at it and you contemplate the scientific definition of a point. Something that holds place but no mass. And that single point of perspective, being able to, accept a single point of perspective outside of yourself is like the first step of, really any sort of empathetic work. I don't know why that came up, but there you go. There's your lesson for the day.
Well, good. I'm sure everybody likes to learn. We like to share information. Okay, anybody? Come on. Somebody say they'll take a reading. You can have a secondary one if you want. We are not opposed to that.
We've been on here for 40 minutes, so.
I know.
Are you all getting tired? What do you all want to talk about? Ask me. You know what? Ask me anything. I may not have an answer, but I won't lie.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Amy. All right.
Yeah, that meditation, look it up. I got to tell you what, just do it for yourself. It'll be weird, because then if you can consider that you are a single point of perspective, and you can consider moving that single point of perspective outside of yourself to like somebody else. Like for me, I do it with my clients a lot. I'm always trying to consider how things look from their perspective.
This is your bar deck.
Bar deck, yes. Okay. We do a 3-card pull?
Yeah.
Okay. I think they want you to pull a card right after this. Joanne wants you to pull a card. You.
Okay. Yeah, I'm right. I'm making notes. I keep a list of everybody that wants a reading and how the reading was done.
Okay.
That way, in case we ever need it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
This is me tapping in. Ooh, the Knight of Broken Hearts. I love this card.
Ooh.
Yeah. When I see this card, I think of somebody who uses their pain to improve other people's lives, to help protect other people. Like, this hurt me, and I want to not make other people hurt, so I will help them avoid it. I will help them work away from that situation. I also see that you are getting stuck right in the middle of some bullshit. Nobody wants to see it the other person's way, so they all think you're the bad guy because you're trying to look at it the other guy's way. And it's a weird point to be. Like, you're the one person who can really take a bigger picture, and unfortunately that has made you the target for everybody else, which in theory will kind of bring them all together, but why they have to stick you in the middle of it? And it has to do with the family. Something to do with the family. There's some hard feelings.
Oh. Yeah, that's a bad spot to be.
Yeah.
You try to be the peacemaker, and
they'll make peace over your dead body, unfortunately. You know what? Sometimes you gotta walk away. I hate to say it, you've given them a common enemy. Now step away and let them work out their shit. You go blank. You don't give nobody your phone number. They can figure it. If they don't appreciate you, they can figure it the fuck out themselves.
That's right.
They ain't gonna like you, but you'll bring them together and they'll calm their tits down, and finally it'll be all right. I'm drinking. It's a good night to drink wine.
Yeah, I usually do. I kind of had to take a break. I was drinking a little too much, especially during Yule, because every night I went live, I had wine or some sort of alcohol. And then, of course, the last night I just mixed a bunch of stuff together while I was live and drank it. So it was to the gods. So I just had to get with it. So it's water for me for a while.
I don't remember what live stream I was doing, but I was sitting there live streaming with them, and I didn't realize how much I was drinking as I was doing it. And like, as the night goes on, I'm getting like, I don't think anybody could notice because I'm already so over the top that they couldn't tell that Like, it's going to be a long time before anybody realizes I've got lead poisoning. That's all I got to say. You know,
No. Right. Sometimes it is just needed.
Right.
Okay. So Joanna, what did she want?
Joanne wanted you to do a 1-card pull.
Okay.
My phone
So
died.
actually, let me look. Oh, I got the crystal.
The only thing you will ever miss on a show with me is me making an ass of myself. So, you know, you can always just play it later.
So I actually drew the crystal deck, so I'm gonna give you an oracle reading out of that because I do not have any of my tarot cards. My astrology deck and my Golden Girl deck is both in the car because I got so excited. I was taking them everywhere, going, "Look! You gotta see this! Check this out! Everybody, look at my cards!"
I did that. I got a giant Rider-Waite deck, and like, you know, as the tarot reader, it's almost like you're almost expected to have 2 decks: the Thoth deck and the Rider-Waite deck. And I didn't, because I went through this great purge. I don't think I have a single deck of cards that I have actually bought myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got all these cards. And I'm like, I never really went looking for them. I never really asked. I'll look at them in the store, but I have never had the desire to buy my own cards. Just haven't. But people just keep giving it, like, oh well. So the first thing I got, like the first real big sign, I want, you know, people like us, we see things our entire lives. When did you start being psychic? I don't know. When I popped out. But when I was 13, one of my parents' friends was talking to me. She's like, does she ever just get really still and calm? And my mom's like, yeah, I have ADD, which apparently is a prerequisite to be a psychic. I don't know. But she asked me if I saw ghosts and things, and the activity in my house was picking up and getting kind of creepy. Like, I had a moment there where things were a little scary. But this lady just gave me like I want to say 4 or 5 decks of cards.
Wow.
Just straight thin her freaking stash. And that's the Zodiac ones that I'd read earlier, and not this deck, but its sister that I keep in there. Actually are 2 of the decks she gave me that I've held on to.
Wow.
So I don't think you have to buy or make your divination tools. But then again, I don't really have any divination tools that I've bought myself.
I think I've pretty much made everything. Some of my stuff was gifted. Some of it was actually donated, like not last year. 2019, there was a lady actually called Earth Magic, and they're like, "Hey, I got all this stuff to donate. Would you like to have it? I'm clearing out my stuff." And they're like, "We don't do that, but here, Rowan Temple of Light." So I got a lot of books. We got statues. I got a crystal ball from that. A Santa Morte tarot deck, which went to somebody else. It wasn't meant to be with me. It was meant to be somewhere else. And so the statues went as well. I mean, I did keep 2 of the statues for purposes, but
right.
Okay, so
okay, Samantha says, "May I ask a question?" Well, I mean, you can ask.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Joanna, the card I got for you is the Golden Healer Quartz. Let me see. Here we're doing it. Where's the camera? Where's the camera?
I know, right? I don't care how many of these you do. You're always looking for the camera. It's like an old cell phone dance.
Yes. So it actually says the Golden Healer Quartz is open the door. So that tells me that the doors are opening up for you. You just need to pick out which one you want to go through. You have some choices, but that's just the one card. So you may be worried about taking that first step, but it's not going to be a doozy. It's going to be okay. You'll be fine. It'll be great. That's what I feel. Okay. Okay, so Heidi says she did a 9-card oracle reading for herself. Let the spirits speak through my cards, and it was intense.
They can be. Okay, I don't understand Samantha's message. I joined right at home. I need to hear your words. Thank you, and the universe always steers me where I need to be. ... It's all relative.
I think that whenever you were doing the reading for Amy, it kind of resonated with her.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm like, what? Yeah, sweetheart, go ahead and ask me anything.
Yes. So I think Heidi wanted to draw again for her.
Okay. Oh, I guess I should put my old reading up. Never had so many.
Pendulum.
Oh, that's a yes or no question.
Yes. So Heidi, write your question in yes or no format, please. Okay, so waiting for Samantha and Heidi's questions.
Okay.
And you're welcome, Joanna. I miss you. I can't wait until we can all see each other again. So since I got you on here, I'm going to start planning Pagan Pride for both. So either because I'm not making any plans. I'm just going forward to be in person, backup as a virtual if we have to.
I think the virtual thing might be a great wintertime thing. Like start doing it for like solstice. You know, there was somebody was trying to do an in bulk thing, and then like the only thing I ever saw, the first advertisement I saw for it was in bulk canceled due to lack of interest. I'm like, I didn't see it. Okay, here's the question. Okay, your answer is no.
Okay.
So
all right. Well, whatever it was, you got your answer.
it's
So definitely a time to change, but it's a welcome change. Yeah. Why am I feeling that you're moving or you're traveling, Joanna? I don't know why that's coming through. That you're like you're either planning a trip or you're on the fence about planning a trip. Oh, wow.
Okay. I have never done past life regression with anybody. I know that I would be able, I'm pretty sure I could anchor you back in your body, but to take you down there and bring you back, I don't know that I could do. Going to Oklahoma, that's a journey.
Well, I say go for it, Joanna. I mean, it was really loud, so I think it'll be a good trip for you. Do it.
You know, okay, so I'm reading this kind of lengthy message. Should not be distracted by the crying and screaming. I want to know, first of all, do you feel like there's other presences around you, or do you feel like this is something internal? Like, when you hear this, does it feel like, how does it feel? Does it scare you, for one thing? Is it frightening? I can help you. I mean, that doesn't sound like all the time I'm surrounded. Okay, girl, get with me. Hit me up on Facebook later. We're going to chit chat separately because this is more than we can do in a live stream. But let me tell you all, since we've been brought up the subject, when it comes to spiritual defense, the best thing you can do is, number one, secure the place where you sleep. However that feels to you, encircle it in salt. That is your ground, and that is where you are most vulnerable. So protect the place where you sleep. If you need to put a giant pentagram rug under your bed to feel safe, do it there, and then you can go and give them time. I have a feeling it is probably I don't know what this had to do with past life regression, but yeah, I mean, it sounds like, number one, anything that's going to send you into a blind panic is probably not trying to guide you to your better self. It sounds like it may be either residual energy left over from before, or it's something like it could be a tragedy that happened. It could be something that has moved in on you. There is such a thing as traveling ghosts, that they'll just like find something. It could also be a thought form, like if you have PTSD. So it's a fairly in-depth conversation. We'd have to find out to find the root. This is something that you probably need to deal with. First things first, I would definitely secure my space. No matter no matter if it's psychological or spiritual, securing your space will help.
I shield my bed first, and then it's kind of like bubbles. So it's like your bed, and then you can, if you want to do multiple layers, bed, room, and then house. You know what I'm saying. Like stack your bubbles.
Right.
That's how I do it. But yeah, always do your bed first. Absolutely.
So honest to God, I try to go creepy places. I'm one of these people that will go to, like, I went to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum and opened wide up, So I don't usually guard my bed unless something's bothering me and I don't want to deal with it. But that's the first thing you can do, is to secure especially your sleeping place and your kitchen. Where food, where you nourish your soul and where you rest the most. And then I would, take a candle and kind of sit with it. Set up a perimeter around yourself, but give them space to speak outside of it. And tell them to communicate with you.
Yeah. You set the ground rules.
Yes, you set the ground rules. It's your space. If you feel uncomfortable, like I said, if you feel uncomfortable doing this, if you really feel like you are in danger, if you're having panic attacks, if it's causing arguments in the family, get a hold of me, Dottie the Psychic. You can reach me on my on Facebook, and we'll do. I'm not going to charge to try and help somebody with something like this. I mean, because when I was a kid, I was terrified. When I was cursed, my ex and I were cursed, and that was like one of the things, was there was always something like under my bed. If I got too close to the top or the bottom or the edge, I would feel like it was something groping over the edge of the bed, and my ex would like steal the covers and push me over to the corner. I'm like, well, I mean, we were cursed, so. I don't know. I brought him up a lot tonight. Is somebody having trouble with an ex? Because he keeps coming up, and I haven't thought about him in a while.
Oh, no.
I got somebody's bad ex energy on me. Can we talk?
Mine was brought up this evening. I did the same thing whenever I talked about him being a Virgo.
I am really like that was one of my New Year's resolutions was to stop talking about a guy I haven't seen in a year and a half.
Shannon, is it you?
Oh,
she said sorry.
Girl.
Yeah.
You can't get back the time you already lost. You can just learn not to stick your dick in that same trap.
Okay, so let's do. Oh, hi, Zach.
Hello,
Zach is
Zach.
going to be on here next Wednesday with us. So, yeah, Zach's our guest host next week. Okay, so let's do one more reading. The next person that says they want a reading, we'll do it, and then we'll call it a night. I think we've had a pretty good evening.
We've been on here about. Oh, look, there's Colin. Hello, Colin.
Hello.
Light. Was watching the documentary. Well, I mean, that is kind of your vibe.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that The Last Druid? It was a documentary about like it's supposedly the last druid. He might be just the last druid in his sect. And he went around and he did all the things. He looked very normal. But it's kind of like the whole point of the documentary. This is a normal old man. You'll do one. Shannon Harper wants one. It's a brush.
Okay, 3-card tarot.
Okay. Okay, so I couldn't do it tonight, but I actually am into like all sorts of divination.
Yes.
I got a crystal ball. I use a calcite crystal ball. I'm not so good with the clear crystal ball. I don't know why. Because I don't know why. I'm not as good with the clear crystal ball. I think by the time I'm focused enough to use the clear crystal ball, I can see it in my mind's eye already. So I'm like, it doesn't project onto the crystal ball.
Mm-hmm. I haven't learned how to use mine yet, so.
Now, the calcite crystal ball, if it's got cracks or deviations, bubbles, things like that, and I would sink down into it.
Yes.
It's lovely.
Become one with it.
How many cards am I drawing for her?
3.
Okay. Oh, oppression. That's a good start. Uselessness. And the lover's upside down. Girl, leave him. Didn't we just talk about this meme?
Yes.
So I've got this particular tarot deck, they've got words on them, which is part of why I love it so much, because I rather than trying to go through the chart in my mind and try to figure out what it is, they have words on them so that I can see what they mean, and the art is very distinct. But with this first one, it's like a crushing nature. Like, when I see oppression, I feel like somebody has talked you into doing something that is completely against your personal nature. Then that inevitably is going to lead you to feel absolutely powerless. So that's the 7 of Swords, that useless feeling. Where you've been crushed, so you're drained. You've got no energy to do anything, and you're beating yourself up over not being able to get yourself out of the mire. And it's a dangerous place to be. And whoever is supposed to be your partner, I feel like is part of the problem. I've got a lot of reads where I'm like, people, your soon-to-be ex is not helping you. This says lovers, but for some reason, I don't feel like it's just the lovers. It's either like the boyfriend and his family, or it's more like a close friend that you would never have thought it from, or they seem close. Like, even though it's the lovers, I don't feel like it's the boyfriend. Am I in the ballpark? Like,
And Colin, I think she was talking about the show.
oh.
So, but let's see if she said anything. Okay, Shannon, how's she doing?
He's on his way out. Okay, well then that's good. You're improving. You know what? That was depressing. I'm going to pull you one more card because this is the situation you know. So what is beyond that? Because ultimately, once you've seen a situation, then you're able to change that situation. So that gives you an alternative, which is why if you ever get a card reading from me, I usually do just one spread. Like I can learn other spreads, but you'll watch some bitch break out a book, you know? If you want me to do the Celtic Cross, I'm going to have to flip that shit out because this is the one tarot spread I do. It's called the Hourglass because the past is a spectrum of events. Things have happened all between these. And it leads up to a single point. The only finite point is now, and that is the single sand coming out of the hourglass. So it thins out, and then it's an array of possibilities based off our choices. So I'm going to give you one more card. The Hierophant. So when I see this card, and especially in relation to these, I want to tell you, sometimes you just got to learn the lesson. But by doing this, you're going to be able to help somebody else. The Hierophant is the father figure. He's like one of these days I'm going to actually look up what a Hierophant is. Because I think this is one of those things like it's an archaic religious figure.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot remember. But I've always thought of it as the father figure, the learning figure, the person who imparts wisdom and helps people, you know, not make those stupid decisions that we wish we didn't make when we were young.
It's basically a high priest, is what a Hierophant is.
It's like the male version.
Yeah.
I know it's a guy because the guy on the picture's got a beard.
Yeah. And the one that let's see what does it say? Stands for tradition, convention, marriage in an arranged setup, teacher, counselor, help learning, things like that. So basically just the male version of the high priest. So
oh, my dog is mad at me. It is after 9 o'clock and he needs
hi Bev. Yes. Yes, David. Okay.
We've been on here about an hour, but we're actually like we just got a bunch of people that just rolled in. Zach, are you still here?
Yeah.
You old birdie couldn't. Okay. And Harry font. Is that like that cartoon font? You see the high, it's kind of fluffy.
You're right. Okay, so it's nice to know, even though I've got dozens telling me no, I'm doing it in anyone. Well, she said thank you. Oh, Bev's looking for a few cards, so you want to go ahead and do her a 3 card?
Okay.
For her job situation.
Tell you what, let's do the planetary deck since that's 3 cards and it makes a pretty clear sentence.
Beautiful. Thanks for stopping by, Zach. See you next week.
Love. He is one of my. You know what? He and I know we met before this, but the time I really remember was we've met like twice at the psychic fair, and we finally sat down and actually started talking because this one girl, she didn't get a single reading all day long. She was right next to him, and I cannot remember her name to save my life. But she didn't get a single reading all day long, and we went over there and talked with her. And I guess she kind of let something go, and then bang, bang, bang. She ended up making as much money as I did in like 2 hours versus like the 6 hours we were there.
Wow.
or something crazy, something like that. Zach, if you tell it different, then I'm going to listen to you because my memory is that of a concussed goldfish. Okay. I'm going to read this before I say it out loud, so in case it's out of order again. And it is. It is. I don't know how. Because there's like two sides. It's the most confusing deck I own. Like, seriously. It is. But it's so pretty. What makes you feel secure? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I should try it again. Get it in order. Yeah. Okay. The need for control of resources to maintain what makes you feel secure. An obsession with the prosperity, particularity of support. A power struggle resulting from the productivity of your home base or family. I love these cryptic messages. They make no damn sense sometimes. So I hope that helped.
Okay, that was for Bev. Yes, we all miss the in-person events.
Yeah. The psychic fair was a lot of fun.
Where were they at?
That was the one that was I think they had it one year. They had it at the vineyard place, but then the next 2 years or 3 years it was at the Unitarian Church.
Okay. Oh, Phoenix does those.
Yes.
Yes.
I love me some Phoenix. He
Oh
is
my
just
gosh.
a genuinely sweet, good-hearted person.
Right?
So soft-spoken,
But direct to the point. I mean, he gets the job done. So
He does.
yeah.
He's an organizer. I
Yeah.
wonder if he's a Virgo. Like, I want to ask him now.
I have no idea. But yeah, he didn't have the witches ball this year. Of course, it was at the Unitarian Church, so too close quarters and everything. It wasn't able to have anything.
Yeah, I know that the Barefoot Gypsy tried to kind of do a fill-in.
Yeah.
But everything was still locked down in October. You think about it, back in last year in March, we're coming up on we'll be coming up on a year here soon.
Yeah.
Last year in March, we thought this shit was going to last a month.
Yeah.
I knew because I had an event, like it started in March, and I had an event in like April. And I knew when the plague hit, my event was going to be canceled. And it was a Society of Creative Anachronism event, which is more they're totally non-secular. They don't even allow, religious symbolism and people. Oh my God, let me try that again in English. They don't allow religious symbolism in people's personal arms.
Okay.
Colin's still banned from the UU. What did you do? What did you do? Like, you say it's somebody else's fault, but I know you. I know you. What did you say?
So Samantha, is that or intuition screaming at me? I told you so. How much validation do you need? The cards don't lie.
Okay, so I saw this meme. This is my life. Meme life. I saw it was a picture of Jesus. It has conversation. God, I have sent her 17 warnings and this is not the right guy. Angel, but he texted her at 11:11. And then it's just Jesus going like this.
I did see that one. Always try to find an excuse, right? No.
But you know what? I understand.
If it's in your face.
Even if it's not like before you get married, you're looking for something that's real. You make a spiritual connection, and at that point, it's. I've been watching this guy, it's Telltale Atheist. He is all about exposing cults. That's his thing. He uses the bite model. He talks all about it. If y'all get a chance to check that out, definitely do. But one of the things he said was when you get invested with somebody and they do something crazy that's just out, it starts out just outside what you're okay with. It isn't, the number one, if it was super crazy all of a sudden, you'd bolt.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts off just a little at a time. And each time that happens, it's like a bet. You double down or you walk away.
Mm-hmm.
You double down or you fold. So, I mean, once you've doubled down so much, you feel like you've invested so much. I can't remember what it's called.
I'll bet, yes.
But, I can't remember what it's called, but it was a gambling term basically where you start chasing that. You're trying to win back what you've lost, and, you start chasing good energy with bad. Yeah. Bad energy with good. Yeah.
So whenever you lost everything and you're desperate to get everything to make up for it, but the more you struggle to do so, the further you fall back.
Right. And also they'll start to limit your contact. Like they'll do things that your family's not okay with, and then they'll expect you to side with them or your family, and they'll slowly create that wedge. That's one thing. I don't pick my own lovers anymore for anything more than a weekend because they got to get along with my family. That is like the flat thing. If my sister can't stand you for 10 minutes, I don't know why I'm attracted, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I come from pretty open-minded and decent people, and don't get me wrong, everybody's got their problems, everybody takes a jab every now and then, but if you can't handle that, then you can't handle me, that's for damn sure.
No. Can't handle the personality, it's just not meant to be.
Oh my God, my dog is whining so hard. You all can't hear it, but he is singing the song of his people right outside my door. I have to let my dog in the room at least.
Okay, yeah.
Are you done crying? No. So loud. It's so loud. I need to prop this up. I really want to kind of prop it up. It just kind of flops there, but I think I'm going to put some safety pins in it. Not safety pins, bobby pins. A bobby pin this bitch up like that. But, she forgot her sports bra one too many times. I don't know why I actually did this. My mom got me a wig stand for Christmas, so now I can get my wig straight, but they still ain't straight. Nothing about me's that straight. What? My dog.
Hi, Sherry.
Hello.
Okay, so last call.
So finish your whiskey and beer.
Tried to do a last call a little bit ago, but we'll take one more if anybody is interested. If not, we're pushing on an hour and a half. We do one more reading, should be an hour and a half, and I would call it a success.
Oh, wait, where's my fan?
Yes. Okay, so tell me about your fan. I
got this from Claire's. Like, it was just a perfect drag queen fan, and I saw
what does it say?
It says dreams do come true.
Aw.
So yeah, it's just a
Is
giant
it gold?
Fan. It is the most plasticky, metallic-y. It's like resin and with glitter and PVC. Like all that is wrong with the world, but I love it. I want to buy me one of those. I want to buy one of those drag queen fans you see on the Dragula, one of those black ones.
I love that show.
I do too. I love Dragula. I've only seen I have missed season 1. I have played season 2 and 3 to the point that I've almost got some of the lines memorized, and I still don't know what that first bitch in that first episode's name was. The one that went down, I cannot remember her name.
In season 2?
Season 2, episode 1, I cannot remember the bitch's name that went down.
Oh.
She looked so pissed, even you see her in the first episode and she's generally unremarkable, and you see her just pouting at the Last Supper.
Yes, I remember her at the Last Supper just kind of going off, but I do not remember what her name was. My girl was Bitch Pudding.
Bitch Pudding, yes.
She was
what? Not gonna lie, I loved Erica. She was not for that competition. She was not. Her style was just wrong. If she'd have been in a competition that would have accommodated her style, she would have won.
Yeah. Period. She was sweet.
She was Miss Congeniality.
Yes. Night, Bev. Okay, so for Sherry, tarot 3 card.
The Goth Freak knockoff of. Yes, it is the Goth Freak knockoff of RuPaul. Fuck you.
I've never watched any of RuPaul's, but I love everything that Dragula stands for.
Right.
So
what is it? Horror. What is it? Drag.
Filth. Glamour and horror.
Yeah. Dragula. She's a killer. Queen. Okay, what a 3-card draw? What is it? Work.
Tarot.
There's a cat on me.
Tarot 3 card.
This cat just ran and leaped on my leg. Hello. Hi. What is wrong? I loves it. I do. Okay, so I'm just gonna split the deck here. There we go. Ooh. So they have the Father of Cups upside down, the Magician upside down, and a cat's ass in my face. And the 6 of Wands upside down. Yes, I see you. Hello. So when I see the Father of Cups upside down, I think that there's a serious emotional blockage, just an emotional immaturity. And what's worse is it's part of somebody who they got a half step up, the half wise. This half wise person. And because they give half wise advice, they get half ass results. New card. What? And then the 6 of Wands is victory upside down. So it makes sense that if you're taking bad advice and not doing your own personal research, that eventually it's going to lead to things not working out the way you want it to. Hello, cat. There's a cat in my lap.
Aw.
You went out to my shoulder? How's that? Let me draw you. Yeah, it's just whoever you've been taking advice from, it's probably a good idea to do your own research. And if your advice is coming from you, maybe you should ask a friend. Definitely, I think that the big thing here is to kind of mix up your sources of information.
Sherry, it's for you.
They are crying in the hallway because they usually run at 9 o'clock and it's about 9:30 now, but they'll be okay. They're used to this sort of behavior from me. Okay, Sherry, I'll give you one more card. It's the Three of Swords. And it says mourning. You want to pull up the screen?
Yeah.
There you go. As you can see, it's the mourning card. The teardrop. This is kind of moving on. When I think of moving, my life is upside down. It kind of looks like it. I think it might be time. I get the feeling you know what you need to walk away from, but that's really fucking hard. Knowing what you need to do and doing it are two different things. That's what I'm seeing here. But if you don't do the thing you know you need to, you're never going to be able to get out of that situation. Does that make sense? Absolutely. Yeah, I was afraid so. Good luck, dear.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Dottie the Psychic, for joining us tonight. And thank you all for stopping by and getting your readings and spread the word. You know, I've actually really excited because I have co-host all the way through like mid-February.
Woo!
So we're really excited. This is a good thing.
I'm gonna try to cook it more often. I'm sorry that I have. This is the first one I've caught is my own. I showed.
It's all right. This is only the second time, you know, doing this. So it was kind of a feel out to see how things were going to go, but it gives you a break in the midweek because you know you got to be stressed out and you get to meet all different types of psychics and readers and get to experience new things.
Yep.
Always learn something.
Have it on YouTube.
Yes, I'm going to post this over on YouTube, but I think Dottie's going to do it as well.
I'll see what I do because I'm not getting a video out tonight of my own. It's 9:30 and I've got nothing together.
Well, I will put your link to your page in the description of this whenever I post it on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
So that way they can find you. Now remember, go ahead and rattle off your pages so that they can find you.
Okay, so I am on Facebook, Dottie the Psychic, Dottie the Psychic. You can Google me. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube. I've got a bunch of other stuff that I randomly post to, but like, those are the ones that I'm actually like putting love into right now. Any of the other ones can become active at some time, but those are the three that I'm actually like working with right now.
Mm-hmm.
If that changes is if I try to add on another social media again later, I'll post it mostly on my Facebook. Facebook's where I make my announcements. YouTube's where I put my art. TikTok's going to be kind of the behind the scenes bullshit.
It is fun. It is fun over there. So you're very welcome, Samantha. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Heidi. See you later, Colin. You're welcome, Sherry.
Safe travel and much profit to you.
That's right. Famous last words of Dottie the Psychic. All right. Love you guys. Bye. See you next week.